screen.
Good morning, everyone. We'll get started. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Gary, would you give the prayer, please?
Sure. God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together today and do the business of the county. We pray you guide the commissioners as they make decisions for the county. Once again, we ask that you would just watch over the county employees and protect them, and that you would put your blessings on this county. Pray in Jesus' name.
Read the minutes. I make a motion to approve them as written.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Claims.
Oh, I didn't do that. I'm sorry. That's what she gave it to me for. I did it illegally. I'll make a motion. We pass the bills in the amount of $221,867.34.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. And I have the sheriff's monthly fee report.
Sheriff's monthly fee report is, let's see, $2,595.
Typically have a motion to accept that.
That's my motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. I have reports and the sheriff's report on prisoners.
Park report for the incomes for the year is $30,111.76. The expenses are $56,466.85 for a loss of $26,355.09.
Which is typical for this time of year.
I attached another sheet behind that park report that showed where the capital outlay expense, so we've got that payment to Heritage Tractor in there for a mower, so that was why that one was so big and stuff.
Had them over on it. Okay. The sheriff's report was, had 20 total prisoners, 17 in-house, 3 farmed out, 145 911 calls, 5 livestock out.
That's really all I've got for now. I do have a letter that stating that Al Hurt's term on the Judicial Nominating Committee has ended, and they're looking for an appointment on that. I talked to Al the other day. He would like us to find someone else to do that if we could.
He actually had to go through one, didn't he?
Yeah. He didn't flat say he wouldn't do it anymore, but he would rather we found somebody else. So if you guys have got any ideas on who we could get appointed to that, we'll need to get that done as soon.
Anyone in the county, or what is it?
Yeah, it's a non-lawyer member of the Judicial Nominating Commission, and it's a 4-year term. So if you got any ideas, reach out to somebody and I'll see what I can find too.
And what is that for the judge?
Yeah, it's when there's a vacancy in a judge's position. They're the ones that do the interviews and make the recommendation, I think, on who to move into that spot.
Okay. All you have?
So,
River City, I guess you don't have anything you're in right now, do you?
no.
River City, Bill Matlock, weekly update on building. As you know, we've started your parking lot. Exterior, we'll be working on it probably till the end of the project. That'll probably be about the last thing that finishes, but we're in the demo process. Hopefully this weather will cooperate this week. We can get the base rock down and we'll go right into the concrete work. Inside the building, pretty much all finishes are going on. We're laying carpet. LVT will start this week. The ceramic is pretty much done except the main entrance. We're going to be setting the main entrance doors. I think we're getting far enough along that we got most of the material in the building that we can set those without getting them damaged. Mechanical, electric wise, those guys will be in there till the last minute. The electrician will be one of the last guys out. We've got a lot of testing to do. Lighting is pretty well in. Ceiling, tile, and grid is pretty well in everywhere, but a couple of locations. You will see quite a few ceiling tile that aren't in. Some of those are due to, we still got to get our final fire inspection. He wants to see the firewalls. We just received some of the dampers and stuff that he changed per the drawings to meet fire code. So those are here. We got those in last week. So hopefully I can get that 100% fire inspection in the near future. The Pro Tile was here. We did clean up the floors in the cell area and did the grinding and the polishing of those things last week. I haven't been back here yet this morning, but he's supposed to be done over the weekend. Detention equipment is here. Biggest majority of it, that'll be the next thing that goes in. All the pod rooms, the day rooms, you're going to start seeing all your detention fixtures, furnitures, benches, tables, all that stuff that bolts down the floor going in. Painting of the cells and the mezzanines. It's going to be a hard push here the next 3-4 weeks, but hopefully by then we'll pretty much have all the interior finished, other than some testing. We do have 3 items that are crucial to opening the building: water softeners, water heaters, and the VFDs for your fans on the roof. Those are the 3 things that we do have dates that they're supposed to be here in time to get the building open in time. They did miss their shipment date on the water heater already once. They're assuring us that it will be shipped. Like I said before, it's you can get dates out of these people, but sometimes they're not accurate and they just flat out lie to you. That's the case. The factory just flat out lied to our supplier last time and said they were shipped and they were not. So we're on top of it. Our sub's on top of it. We're pushing, but unfortunately, a manufacturer, you cannot really do much with them. There's no leverage there other than they just want you stay in business. But I think they're all in the same boat. It's getting real difficult on certain materials.
So we just wait.
Well, I mean, we're not just waiting. We're calling for updates. We're pushing these guys. But again, you can push people so hard that they're just going to lie to you sometimes. So you kind of got to find that balance of how hard you really push them. So, but those will have to be in to open your building. But we'll push everything to the point where we've got everything else done, and that'll be the last thing. Now there is some testing and stuff that has to be done after that, but that's not a big deal. We'll go through with your training and all that stuff. We'll continue on with all that, just like normal. So.
You got anything? You, Danny?
I don't.
We'll see you at 9:30, Bill.
All right, yeah. When you come over, it's kind of muddy this morning. If you want, come down this east side and come in this first door on the east,
Okay.
off the street. You won't have to walk in the mud.
You got the helmets inside now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. The clerk area, that's where I set up office there. Got a couple tables. We got rid of our trailer. So.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Thank you.
Anybody that wants to walk through with us at 9:30, you're welcome.
AMR?
Good morning, AMR, Louis Saloy, Operations Supervisor. Numbers are up just a tiny bit from the last few years. I think really due to kind of some of the COVID restrictions kind of dropping off now and people starting to go to the hospital for third-party callers that weren't going before when the hospitals were pushing them not to come in. Otherwise, pretty much normal, we just see a little bit of uptick there. 28 calls, 14 transports for the week, and that represents the third-party callers. Hey, can you check out my mom? She's got COVID, and we go over there, and I'm fine, but it's the concerned party. So we're going over there, we're checking these people out, get them the full up and down, and then they're like, oh, well, if we don't need to go. I'm like, well, we'd like you to go anytime you call, but that's kind of where the numbers are increasing. A real positive note, I think we're about 8 or 10 weeks into county dispatch, simulcasting over to our dispatch. It really went pretty well. We found some, clicks and errors and stuff like that when we first started. We do need to upgrade some radios in both of the stations just so we could hear them in all the places. But my pet thing I've been working on was the EMDs, making sure we're getting the advanced medical dispatching formularies to the patients and to the crews early. And as an effect, or I don't know if the correct word is effect, of switching that, I bet you we've had a 50 to 60% increase in those calls being transferred from Linn County to AMR, which Linn County's always been on the ball with it, but with the new simulcast, it's hitting it, which is very good for us and very good for the patients. And it was just one of those things that happened because we switched over to the simulcast. So another kudos to Kevin and dispatch for making that happen for us. And that was all on him. Hey, why aren't we doing this? We can do this for you. And we found something that really worked well for. I've kind of been the guy who's been tracking that. The EMD, if you guys don't know, it's advanced orders that the patients will get when they call. It's kind of a medical dispatching, and then they give us updates where a lot of the times, as soon as we get those updates, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to that call, or I better go to that call. We better get a helicopter for this call from the questions at an emergency medical dispatch.
And when you refer to when you go, you mean you're talking about the supervisor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not the ambulance.
Oh, correct. Oh, yeah. The ambulance is going to go regardless, but it might be something in Prescott that I'm like, well, I've been dispatched there, so I'm going to head there, and then we'll hear the update. And I'm like, well, I don't need to go to that one. I could stay available for the next call. Or it's one where I hear the update. I'm like, I better get going to that call.
Right.
So it's a lot. It does a lot of things. And then if we're going to use the helicopter, if we're going to cancel the helicopter and things like that. So, I mean, that's awesome. It's just something that happened accidentally, or I don't know if Kevin knew that was going to happen, but I didn't know that was going to happen. And I've been doing this for 28 years. So that was pretty cool. Just something good. Always saying bad stuff. So any questions for me?
I don't have any. You guys?
Nope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Doug?
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
Doug Bartlett, Fire and Emergency Management. Past that weather forecast, you can kind of see the storm on Wednesday is going to stay just north of us. According to the current forecast, the storm on Friday is going to go just south of us, but a 20, 30 mile shift either direction in the storm would put it on us. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see. Both are snow events. You have our report for our calls for the week. As you can see, we went on 28 calls this past week. 15 of those were grass, brush, and or forested areas that caught on fire. And then we had a variety of others. And then if you turn it over to the back, you can see we've been on 95 incidents year to date. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service fire manager was going to provide training for us in firefighting, wildland, grass fires, things like that this weekend. Due to the weather forecast, we may have to refocus that to a different weekend, but we're working on that. but just to let you know, they are coming in to help us with some of our training. And then I would like to send Dee to Wichita at the end of the month to go through the Draeger SCBA recertification course. That allows us to work on our own SCBAs. The cost of doing that's going to be around $750 for the tuition for the course, the travel down there, the night in the motel, et cetera. That will balance out for the 2-year certification to be about $5-6 per SCBA to do the annual check on. And if we have to send them off, it's $50 an SCBA. So significant savings by getting him sent in. Obviously, we've been doing that for several years now, and would like to go ahead and do that.
Is he the only one certified?
I and
You
he
are?
both were certified, but I think we'll just send him this time.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any problems with it.
That's fine with me. How about you, Danny?
And that's all I have unless you have something for me this morning.
I don't have anything right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jessica, can you be done in 15 minutes?
I think so. Jessica Hightower, Economic Development. I've got a few things this morning. We had a childcare meeting in Miami County last week. I had several people attend from Linn County, so it was great. We had lots of good discussion. We were able to set some long and short-term goals that we would like to see happen within the county concerning childcare. The short-term goals that we talked about were creating a Linn County Child Care Action Committee made up of people throughout the county. Once we have that committee set, having a meeting with current providers to see what needs they have to help support them. And then also hosting a recruitment event, which I have access to a $1,500 grant to help provide supplies for a recruitment event and also reimburse for staff hours for planning for an event like that. So today I would like to, if you guys are open to it, I would like to be able to create a committee. I've had several people that I've spoken to about this issue be very interested in being on a committee for trying to increase childcare in the county. And then
What exactly will they do?
so we're gonna meet. I think I'm on a monthly basis for now, and just try to reach out to our current providers, see what kind of support they need that they don't already get. Try to see if there's anyone in the community who's interested in opening and try to connect those people to resources that would be available. A lot of people don't know about resources that are available through the state that would help them. And we are, right now, we're serving 30% of our childcare need in the county. So those other kids are either going out of county for childcare. The parents are having to decide which parent's going to stay home and take care of their children, or they're going to unlicensed childcares.
Where do we compare with the other counties you met with as far as?
We're a little bit better than Anderson County, but Franklin and Miami were both quite a bit better than us as far as spots available. So, I mean, we had great discussion. We've got our Child Care Aware rep is going to be able to come to meetings and help us get information out and things like that. So, I don't know. I guess I would like you guys' permission. I don't know if we need a motion for that,
Probably
for
be appropriate to have a motion to authorize her to set up
a committee.
this committee.
Coincide with like anything the health department does, like weight rate.
Yeah, so Amanda Snyder would be involved. She wants to be on the committee as well. She handles the community baby showers, which we can incorporate as recruitment events. And she also does a lot of the new mom classes. So she would know if any of the new moms are going to stay home and might be interested in bringing a little income while they're home with their babies and maybe connecting them with resources too. So
So do we know how many state certified child care providers there are in our county?
12.
12?
12.
That's certified.
Yes, they're all in home. And I believe that the most they can have is 9.
Right.
And that depends on the age of the child as well. So the younger,
And then there's some food reimbursements,
Yep.
the different programs out
There
there
are.
to assist them, right?
yes,
You're gonna reach out to all 12 of those to see what we can do to help them. It's already.
we are.
Then there are probably several that just take on one kid or something like that.
Right.
That don't have to be necessarily, maybe they'll,
Maybe
wanna
they'll be
do it
interested
after
in
you-
getting
yeah,
licensed
that's
and,
great.
yeah. So,
So what are you calling the committee again?
Linn County Child Care Action Committee
How many's
is
gonna
what
be on
I'm
it?
calling it right now. Well, I kind of wanted some guidance from you guys. If you want 3 from each area, if you want 2 from each area and an at-large, I don't,
what do you want? 2?
we can start with 2,
Rest-
with
Trying to-
7 total
You
and,
may not, a committee of this type, you may
Might want
just
smaller.
want to just say, would it, just kind of leave it undefined. As
and
to
see how many I can get interested.
See who she can get.
See
Okay,
who you can get as far
Okay.
as.
And try to get them as spread out as possible.
Don't goof it up.
okay. Okay,
I'll make a motion that we allow our economic development to form a,
Linn County Child Care Action Committee.
that's my motion.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
I would also like authorization to fill out this grant application for the 1,500 for recruitment event for Linn County.
Danny, you paying that?
What? What would say it again?
So there's through Child Care Aware of Kansas, there's a $1,500 grant that we can get. I've got the form all filled out.
Will you take care of the grant?
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Update on the comprehensive plan. I talked to Jennifer. You've asked me when we think we're going to be done.
Yes.
End of June is what she thinks.
Okay.
So not 6 months. We're wrapping this up pretty quickly now.
So you say.
That's what she says is end of June. We've got our open house March 26th at the 4-H building from 2 to 4. It's the last Saturday in March. We're doing the photo contest for the front cover of the comprehensive plan. People can submit up to 2 photos of Linn County to me. They have to be of printable quality. We will vote on the winner at the open house. The winning photo will be on the front cover of the comprehensive plan, and the winning photographer will receive a gift basket of Linn County made products, roughly $100. And then the non-winning photos will be incorporated in the document. And photos are due to me by March 12th at 4:30. And then our youth employment grant is open. I am accepting applications now. The deadline is April 1st. I've already sent out 4 applications this morning to businesses who are interested. We will award that grant at our April meeting. And then a new thing this year is the businesses must have the position filled by May 15th. Otherwise, we'll go on to the next business.
Can you, because we could do this every single year,
We
but just in case there's somebody listening on,
Okay.
can you explain it a little bit
Yes.
for businesses?
Yes. So this is a reimbursement grant. If a business hires someone between the ages of 16 and 21 for the summer, the youth must be a Linn County resident. The business can submit an application and we will reimburse the first $4 an hour up to 30 hours a week for a maximum of 10 weeks. The employee must be paid at least $8 an hour. And the grant maximum is $1,200. We have 10 of these to award this year. The payroll, the hours are due to me by September 1st. They have to submit proof of how many hours they worked and how much they were paid to get reimbursed, and that's due by September 1st. Applications are due by April 1st. We'll award mid-April, and then the positions must be filled by May 15th. People can call me or email me, and I will send them an application.
Thank you.
And then one more thing. You had asked about wording for an ARPA motion to move the funds to lost revenue. I have that. The motion needs to state that we are electing to enforce the final rule as of whatever date we want, which would be April 1st, because
read
that's
that
when it
over?
goes into effect.
Can you show it to Gary?
Yeah, she just sent it to me just now. And we can elect to award a specific amount or our grant total.
Is there a reason why we wouldn't do our whole total?
I don't,
can think
I
of?
don't know of one.
So your motion will say, you might as well do it as of 4/1, since that's when it goes into effect, yeah. As of 4/1, all grant funds, all ARPA grant funds are designated, what's the wording? I forgot already.
So
Read it and I'll make the motion.
so you want the total grant amount? Okay,
I want the
so
date.
we are electing to enforce the final rule as of April 1st, 2022, and we are electing to move $1,884,694 to the standard allowance expenditure category
As lost revenue.
as lost revenue.
That's my motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Jessica, I don't know if this would be your question for you or Sean or.
Okay.
Can we reach out to the school, the work release programs in the school at the end of the year and try to get them, see if we get any interaction with any of their students for this next school year on their work release to come work for the county, do some mowing or something?
We can,
Are they able to do that, Gary?
Yeah, within constraints, yeah. I mean, they have some limitations on what they can do, but
I don't know if we've ever reached out to them.
I don't know if we have or not. But I can get with Morgan and Sean, probably both of them would be involved, and
I'm fine.
yeah.
see if they have anybody. Yes.
Thank
I'll take that
you.
and email it to you. Thank you.
He's got to wait. You're out. We're going over there. You gonna go with us? All right. How long are we gonna be there? We're gonna move it over to the judicial building?
Yeah, we'll move to the judicial building and we'll be there till we come back here.
We're adjourned here. You wanna walk with us? Wanna see where one of your friends or one of my me or Rick? Lisa would be pretty.
We're gonna have to go out here, down the sidewalk, down the street, and into that direction.
Follow the leader, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
I don't usually bring.
Yeah, I don't know what all we've got left. I think our health department director's coming over for a little bit. And other than that,
I think it's never.
we're here every Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Don't go anywhere, Sean.
Stuff. Huh? Mohammed. Waiting on Sean, I guess, to get back going before Sean gets here.
Missy will be over in a little bit too, and she said she needs an executive session for personnel, and then she's got some grant things to discuss.
Session first, I guess.
I'm not sure when, but yeah. And then, Morgan's gonna be over, kind of update for some personnel issues and interviews and things that we've had going on.
Good.
Okay. Still holding in there.
You look excited.
Sean West, Public Works Administrator. The parking lot project. Obviously, we've had some setbacks with it. It is to where the electric can be put in, but we've had breakdown after breakdown. We've had to re-weld the bucket. We had a stress fracture in it. We have its solenoids going out on us on a regular basis on it. So we've got it to where the projects can be completed and we can go ahead and dig the tanks and finish our work out as soon as we can get the parts. But we would have liked it completely done at this point. And while we're operational, it's moving along quickly, but the repairs and breakdowns been a bit of an issue. Jessica and I met with the fuel tanks, the folks that are working on giving us another bid on the fuel tanks. We expect that bid in next week. I gave you information about the 7-year, 7,000 hour buyback on the graders. I'll push out the information I was given this last week, sometime this week, and that is the projected costs for those new units, so we can all look at and discuss with I plan on bringing the foremans in and saying what problems have you had with that equipment, and we can look at the difference between what we're going to get on buyback and what we're going to have to spend on those newer units. Dust control, Joyce is working on it. It's going to be the same price as the last 2 years, $1.70 a foot, minimum of 200 feet, and a $25 application fee. Should start weather permitting, May to June, but Joyce is working on that now. So if anyone has any requests to be put on the list for pest control or want to know about the process to get on that list or what it would take, or what benefits there are in it, they can call the annex and speak with Joyce. She'll be happy to answer any questions they have.
Did we put that on the website or anything to show that?
We haven't yet. It just came in. She and I discussed it Thursday, I think. But we can get some information up on it and try to get it on the Facebook and the webpage as well. At least to let those folks know that the mailing and the information's out there if they want it. Al, I spoke to him. He said citywide cleanups, our cities are starting to request the cleanup projects from him, and he's starting to schedule those with the cities. So those will be forthcoming. Pleasanton, I'm looking into several road projects with them, and I'll push out what we're thinking as far as road projects to you all so that I can get input or feedback from you before we decide what asphalt projects or chip and seal projects we actually put on the list for the year. But we would like to go out. Todd's given me a list. Find it. We would like to go out and get some oil bids and prices from our oil distributors and get that process started.
That'll be high.
They should have really gone down.
Yeah, this is something for like 15,000 gallons of MC30, another 18 of EA 300, the CRS 2P. He's looking for, if that's correct, 200,000 gallons on a bid on it. But we need to start getting that pricing so that we can start looking at some.
So I had asked you, Sean, quite a few months ago, that start looking at how much time do we spend on a mile of gravel road, maintaining it each year for a period of 3 to 5 years, and versus a mile of asphalt? How much would it cost to do that? What's the difference? Does it take $30,000 a year for that mile of gravel, or 10,000 or 5,000? And then if you paved it, what's the cost of paving a road? And I guess we have to put it through the full length now. 28 foot, is that right?
I believe
24
you're right.
or whatever it is. So I asked you a long time ago can you get some numbers on that?
I can look into the numbers. You want the numbers to put the road in it or the road maintenance cost?
What's it cost to maintain it right now, a mile of road on average? I mean, you can pick out a road that we use and how much gravel we dumped on a mile of road on average, and how many times a year this is supposed to be graded, and add all that up, the hours and everything, and compare it to a paved road for a mile.
You're really wanting three figures, I think. You're wanting cost of maintaining the gravel road,
Right.
cost of maintaining the paved road, and then cost of paving.
Yeah. That's a better way of putting it.
I can look into those and try to.
And I think the only way you can compare paving to gravel is gravel over a period of time. Probably if a paved road is about 3 to 5 years before you go over and redo it or whatever, it doesn't seem like we patch anything. It seems like we just overlay everything. So if it's 3 to 5 years and every year we're maintaining the gravel road a couple times a year, you add all those costs up.
There'll be different costs than getting it prepared to.
Sure.
That's a separate figure.
But yeah, so I want to know that if there's a difference, because we have not paved roads since I've been a commissioner, 7 years now. We haven't paved a single gravel road put it in pavement that I can think of. And how long is the county going to continue on with just gravel? And if the costs are about the same, because you've got other counties that got a lot more money than us, I understand that. And probably Miami County is a prime example. They're using a few $1,000,000 a year. We don't even have nothing like that, but they're continuing to pave roads. When are we going to do something? And that's what I want to know, if it's possible that each year we do a certain amount of, what's that?
They lack on their gravel roads.
Well, they do. They do. Certain.
So are you talking, you want to go out to a company and get a?
No. Just do it ourselves. If we did it ourselves for now, just figure that out. And if you don't understand anything I'm talking about, we'll talk
No,
about it.
I think I can get the numbers you're looking for if we've got the accurate information. But, you know, a gravel road, maintaining a gravel road that's on high ground, isn't going to be the same as Boy Court where we have more
You
flooding.
figure out what.
Hey, I'm going to have to average this out.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is I'll just have to take the average between the highs and lows or throw the extremes out and look at the middle ground.
Okay.
So.
You know, I have a lot of people reach out to me about like the hills and stuff and the rocks coming through them. The rocks, you know, like the big shell rock, and then our rock always, you know, coming on them. Do we ever have any like those shellings that we can, like left over after our project that they pull up that we can put on hills that'll compact? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You know, like when they go through and grind everything up. I guess that'd be more pavement, huh, when they're ripping it all the way down. Do we do anything special for like hills, like sides of hills?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, if we've got large rock pushing through, the only thing I know that we could do would be grind it out.
Could we put an AB3 or anything to compact it down?
If it's sticking up already, then we'd have to bring the roadway surface above where the rock's sticking out. So it's going to continue to protrude as we maintenance or drive that roadway. The only guarantee is to take it out and then build the road surface back up from the base.
So a lot of people complain about it over in my area about, you know, losing the rock and it's, you know, going up the hill, down the hill, you know, the rock's coming through.
I'll look. Some of that might be controlled by ditching. And just taking off the edge of the roadway, getting water off the roadway, because if the rock's coming off the road, it's coming off the road for a reason. So I'll go over and take a look and see what I can find. But we do have a new operator in that area as well, and it's going to take some time. He's doing a good job, but it's going to take some time to get him adjusted to that.
Got a few phone calls. I know it's being taken care of.
Let's see. Johnny and Carl attended the Weed Directors Conference last week. They're in the basic director school this week. And Johnny advised me he's also working on the 2022 noxious weed plan that he'll bring before you here in the very near future to have you all sign off on.
So have we figured out, is he staying over there, and how are we doing the cost shares this year? Have we figured that out?
Cost shares, we're going to do the same as we did last year. I'm going to run those through Tammy until we get a good footing with both Johnny and Carl, and get them spraying. As far as moving the building here.
No, I'm just asking her, are they staying down where they're at? Because if Tammy's doing all the work here, if she's accepting all the cost shares, is that right? Is that what you're going to tell
Currently,
everybody that's applying for cost shares to come into the annex to apply?
We're getting them directly from the businesses for the most part.
So the individual
Through email.
The individual that wants them is going to the
ag business, then we're getting it through email.
So do we get something saying that that's the individual that applied for it, or what?
Yes.
What are we getting?
Via an email, we get a application for that cost share.
Gotcha.
Then you pay the.
Yes. The only plan change we have last year, because of the changes, we had a director that had an email where the ag businesses would email him. Once we changed that and we had to find a new director, we sent them over to Tammy.
Okay.
So the ag businesses started emailing her.
Perfect.
Tammy had an accident and we had to send them over to Jessica.
Right.
For this reason, after Johnny gets established and back from this director's training, we get him and Carl spraying, we get through this first cycle, we are going to go
Back.
physically to each one of those ag businesses and tell them, no longer do we want to make it the director's email. No longer do we want to make it Tammy's email. We want a shared email that doesn't change, because last year, as you remember, through the changes of these people, we did not keep up with the ag businesses, and there were several that were backlogged by the time Tammy got to it. So we want to put one address that when Johnny's available, he can do them. When Tammy's available, she can do them. But one email address that doesn't change for noxious weed cost shares. And it's not complicated. It's just something that we just haven't done and we need to get done in order to make it easier on the people that we are working for, that they know no matter who's answering the cost share or figuring it, it's the same email.
Do we have vendors in each part? Like, does Lacey, Mound City, Pleasanton, they all have, are they going through Beechners or what are they doing?
They're going through vendors and ag businesses, yes, to get those.
And we have those in all the places, all the locations?
I can think Mound City, Lacey. I couldn't
And
list
then
off.
if there's any
where
new
all of them
vendors,
are at.
has any new vendors been notified or asked if they want to participate?
I would have to,
They ask for it, you just gotta trust that they're using it on the land. They have to show you the description of the land where it's being used, right?
yes, it's all filled out on an application. And if there's any question about the application or the application of the product, then they'd have to meet and Johnny'd have to call him before he signed off on it. And
Yeah, it's kind of a.
Trust system.
but that's the plan for the future. And as far as any new businesses, I don't know that there are any that manage chemicals that I'm aware of.
That you're aware of?
Okay.
So if there is some, they just need to contact you or Johnny?
You know, if you're a farmer and you go into a new vendor and say, hey, I want to do cost share on this, new vendor is going to take it on himself to find out how to do that.
Yeah.
I would think.
I have a burial permit for you. The burial permit's 2022-5. Map is here on the back. It is a bore. And it's going on under 1077, 3/4 mile north of 152. And you'll see that Mike and I have both signed off on it already.
Make a motion, we accept the EP 2022-05, a boring permit for Rural Water 3 on 35680 Plum Creek Road. Oh, that's their address, I'm sorry.
3/4 mile north on 1077 north of 152.
There you go. That's my motion.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye. You gotta sign it, right? Hey, so are you said there was, when you were talking earlier about the roads, you said you don't know if you have enough data But we've been collecting data on with that computer base. We should be, and you give us a printout every so often of the roads being maintained and stuff.
I believe we have enough data. It's how to farm the data
Okay.
that you're asking for. And Joyce being more knowledgeable than myself, she's going to be the one,
She'll figure it out.
she's going to be the one to tell me how to accomplish what I don't know about that program.
And we are using that program. All the foremen are using that still?
Yes.
Okay. How does Harry do it?
I'm sorry.
How does Harry do it?
Just fine. We are using,
He doesn't do it though. He has somebody do it for him, right?
no, I don't know that he does electronic. We've moved the grader operators over, and we're about to move the truck drivers over to the tablets.
Okay.
Everybody else is still.
So they're doing it their own.
Sheets.
Oh, good.
So we're moving over to the tablet, migrating to it a piece at a time.
I knew he didn't like computers. That's why I said that.
Is the public still calling in and utilizing the system of like work orders and stuff?
As far as I know, we've had call-ins and the work orders have been developed from those. Do they understand it as well as they should? Probably not, but
Tell a lot of old timers they just call in, make it, we need to have notes on it. Can we put something in the newspaper about that, Jackie? Like utilize our work order system more, I guess.
That's online.
Is it online too?
Yeah.
Because I mean, they tear me apart, and I had to have her print out some documents this morning because I got them to look at them. But
They can still just call in here and then.
You can call in, or you can easily just go online and fill it out and say, this is the road, this is the problem.
I tell them, we can't fix the problem if we don't have documentation on it. So that's the biggest reason we use it, but they don't. A lot of people still don't understand.
okay. We have a recommendation for a employee on planning, zoning, sanitation, and codes we'd like to hire to work with Bobby until Bobby's departure. We're recommending that you hire Darren Wilson at an 11A, which is $18.71.15 an hour.
Do you have an application or anything or any paperwork?
I do not have any of the paperwork.
Is he certified in like checking?
He's a general contractor, runs his own private business. He's got a construction background.
So is he able to check the lift pumps and stuff like that? Don't we have to have somebody certified to do that stuff?
He is not wastewater operator one certified. And that's something that I'm looking at the end of the month and something that we'll talk about in the future, about other options, as well. But yes, he would have to have 2 years of experience before he'd go out and take the testing as well to meet the hours requirement. But you have a 2-year experience requirement along with training before you can take that test.
What made you want to bring him into the 11A?
That's the base of that group for that position.
Have you told him what that was? Have you talked to him?
Morgan spoke to him and made the offer to him. And I know he's came in and met with our staff and talked to Bobby, and he's been here on several occasions.
Is he the only one that's applied for that position?
No. We had 3 applicants, 1 backed out, 2 interviewed.
You got to be on the interview?
What was 11A? 18 what?
187115.
Is that? I don't know. That just seems high to me for some reason. Is that not?
No, not for that position, and especially since we've combined those, no.
It's actually a range below where Bobby is now. So we have another range that that person could eventually work up into, and then we've got all the steps across too.
Do you guys have a problem with it?
I don't have, if that's the person you chose.
What makes him so qualified? You said the construction, but what else?
He's got a background in construction and he's his own general contractor and runs a business, whether it's here locally or around the area.
So is he eventually going to step into Bobby's spot?
Yes, Bobby, what we're asking is to hire him now so that he can work with Bobby until Bobby takes his leave towards the end of May.
And it's a full-time position, right?
Correct.
Is he's still going to be doing his own thing and then doing this, or what? Do you know?
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
That's what my concern was.
So, yeah, for 3 weeks, he will work with Bobby Monday through Wednesday just to finish up the contracts that he already signed, and work with him. After that 3 weeks, he will be our full-time person. He will no longer do his business.
And you said we combine everything. You got a job description of what exactly he's going to be doing that I can look at?
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to know about him?
Is he from the area?
Yeah.
Okay.
He lives in Mound City, Sugar Valley.
Yeah.
So he's local.
I'm okay with it. You guys,
Yeah, it's fine.
he's here for long-term when he gets here, huh?
Yeah.
I hope.
They all say that.
I hope. I'll make a motion that Darren Wilson,
Yes,
that we hire Darren Wilson as
11A.
11A, which is 1871, for Bobby to mentor for 3 weeks or whatever, and then he's going to go into a full-time position for Bobby. So that's my motion.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
That's everything I had for you today, other than I will need probably 10 minutes for non-elected personnel and another 15 minutes for legal.
10 and 15. Sean, thank you.
Thank you.
Which one do you want to go first? Morgan.
Hello. I just wanted to kind of go over some stuff. We do have interviews for housekeeping, custodial on Thursday. And then we have some interviews Friday for the attorney's office. And then all day tomorrow, we have interviews for our accounts payable position. April 23rd, we are doing another job fair out at the Baptist Church. We're gonna get the schools involved with the seniors, for those who may not want to go to college and want to do something else. We're inviting it to all Linn County businesses. So if they want to become a part of it, they can. But I just wanted to make you guys aware that that's going to happen. Kansas Works is going to be the one putting it on. It's free of charge. They're going to do all the advertising for us and getting a hold of all the businesses, getting all the registrations in. They'll have staff there as well.
So if a business wants to have a presence to possibly hire people, they should contact you or?
They can contact me. Yeah. And then
For all businesses in Linn County, then.
Yeah, if they have positions open that they're having a hard time. April 23rd.
And how many positions are we looking for?
So we have all of the seasonals, the tractor mowers, equipment operator, we still have yet to fill. Then we have some sheriff's office still, that we need to fill as well. So hopefully when we do this, we'll get some more applicants. So that's all I have.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Nancy.
Sounds serious, man.
Personnel? Is this personnel? Okay.
Personnel. So you want to do that now and then come back out and do the rest of what we had, or?
Do you have more after that? Yeah.
I'll make a motion to go into 15 minutes executive session for personnel with Missy.
Is that the only one we got?
Then we've got 25 minutes with Sean. You want to go take care of all that we're in there? Or do you want?
You sure? Let's do them both.
Well, I got 10 minutes for non-elected personnel and 15 minutes for legal with Sean. So I guess it's going to be a total of 40 minutes. That's my motion.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, we're ready for you, Missy.
Missy Lancaster, Administrator at Linn County Health Department. As far as reporting, just doing our same thing. COVID numbers are going down, which is a blessing, and so that's about it. And I have these for you guys. These are our grant application signature pages. This is just a copy of our original.
Thank you. Yeah, so you've got, what, 8 grants there?
Yes.
I'd say, see if they have any questions about any of them, and let them vote on all of them together.
Do you guys want me to go over them? Are you familiar with them?
Well, let me ask you this. I do have a question on the COVID-19 expanding infrastructure.
Uh-huh.
What will you use that for? Or what can you use that for?
The infrastructure expansion,
Mm-hmm.
that can be used for anything COVID related. What I have written into the budget is it will pay our medical director each month, training, which is like to the governor's conference in either Manhattan or Wichita. This year it's in Manhattan. Equipment and supplies, and also a one-time pay adjustment for extraordinary measures for staff.
Okay. And then the supplement vaccine access, is that normally what is this the first year we've gotten that one? 21,000? Just on your copy sheet,
Yes,
the
those are
second
the
one.
ones that we got like in November.
Okay.
Supplemental 3 and 4.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's
Those are
for
new this year.
vaccine or?
It's for COVID once again. One is for access and one is for availability. Okay. So yes, they are a one-time. This one will expire in, let me find it. These funds have to be used by June 30th of 2024. So we will use some of it this year, and then we'll have a $37,000 carryover for 24.
And your newly formed board has seen all these?
They haven't seen them, but I had them at the meeting, and I went over each one.
Okay.
Yes.
And what was their thoughts on it? Did they vote on anything or?
No, they had some ideas, different things that we could use for, because it is limited, as you know, there are things that they will say, yes, we'll pay for, and no, we won't. And so mainly our first meeting was just kind of going over each grant, what it can be used for, and then we'll start a little more in depth next meeting.
Okay. Was anybody against it?
Against?
The grants?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Don't you have a few of your employees that are paid 100% out of these grants?
Yes, we have one that's paid between 2 grants.
Okay.
Who is that?
Amber.
Amber?
And so then next year we will work at putting her salary a little bit more towards the other grants that we.
So Vicky's not on a certain grant?
Vicky's WIC.
Okay. So WIC pays that. They pay the bill?
Not all of it, but most of it, because she does do some immunization stuff.
Okay.
Benefits.
Yeah.
So I'll have some carryover for some for salary, and now in our care resource coordination and expanded testing, there was something in there that said, and we will have a little bit of a carryover, this has to be used by November 30th of this year. And one thing that you could do was look at a car. I do have it in our budget to possibly purchase a Linn County Health Department car, because we have gotten to where we travel so much. And in our grant is written that we will get out to the lakes to offer immunizations and testing out there, rather than the wear and tear on our vehicles, gas mileage, roads. I haven't been out there yet, but I don't think they're the greatest. And that way we could be a little more mobile. We could, if we got something that's set up a little higher off the ground, like a crossover or something, we could fold down the back seats and make it a mobile immunization. So that has not been approved yet. Of course, I submit all these on Friday, and I don't know if they'll approve it or not, but I'm going to try because I think it would be very nice to have. Like the end of this month, we're traveling to Manhattan and we're having to take our personal vehicles. So, which I know we get paid for mileage, but it's just the wear and tear on our personal vehicles. So
And what grants do you think that'll come out of?
that will come out of the Care Resource Coordination and Expanded Testing.
So this one employee, she's full-time, right? That comes off of a grant, her,
All of my employees are full-time except Vicky.
oh, gotcha, okay, so but the lady that's paid out of a grant, she's full-time, she's one.
Yes, she is full-time.
Is there any way of any of these grants can pay for the benefits? Because we pay out of pocket for benefits, correct?
It does, she does. She's full-time with benefits.
I know, but I mean, we pay that part of the benefits, right? I mean, or is there, even though she's a grant?
Most of these grants that have wages in them also have a chunk for benefits in it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It comes out of a different fund, that my health department fund, but we're getting compensated for the.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes, we pay, this grant right now
Can we put them all
pays
together in a
100%
motion?
of her salary and benefits. And, but these COVID grants will not be an every year thing like some of these are.
So you have 8 grants, and the grants total $318,961.91. And they're COVID-19, expanding infrastructure, COVID-19, supplemental 3, COVID-19, supplemental 4, ELC operational opportunities, immunization action plan, material and child health care, public health emergency preparedness, and state formula. And that was the total I gave you. That's my motion, that we sign these grants or accept these grants in that amount.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Will tell you that Thursday, I was notified that we got an additional state grant for $7,000. I can't tell you much about it. I haven't even seen the paperwork yet, but we will get it probably sometime this week. And I'm not sure when it'll be due. So we have an additional $7,000 to pretty much, they said, do with whatever we want. It's not a COVID grant. It's just a general state grant.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Nope.
I need this signed.
Okay.
And if we don't get the car, I will have to amend it. If they will let us lease one, how do you guys feel about that? That's a possibility, she said. Rental, if they disapprove, it'll be rental or lease.
Well, I need this over here, I guess, the administrator director, or which one? This one. Okay.
It could just be something you guys think about in case they say no.
What is the date?
7th, I believe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. You got anything else, David? Gary?
The only thing I would say is that I had a conversation with Bill today about moving dates for moving into this building. I don't think we share any of that. The reason I brought it up is because the judges need to know when they're going to be able to move, because they have to schedule weeks out in terms of court dates and things, and they going to need to have a few days where they don't have anything scheduled in order to make the move. And so right now, assuming remember those 3 things that he mentioned that were late coming in, the hot water heaters, the pure water softeners, and
BFD?
assuming those do actually come in the next month or so, we're looking at probably May 1st as the opportunity for the courts to move.
Are they going to be the first ones to move, or the sheriff's department?
I'm not sure about that, and I don't know that it makes any difference. But they'll be operate separately, and so what assuming it's okay with you, what I intend to do is get with the sheriff, the chief judge, the attorney, and representatives of the construction company and get a schedule.
Does this move have to be done like the sheriff's department, you know, when they have to move that generator and things? How fast does this have to?
Well, when, I think, I believe that they can get most everything moved, and then that generator is going to have to come before they can finish. I believe that's how it'll work. But I know the sheriff's working on his own schedule for moving. I feel pretty certain he's got that sorted out. And so what we'll try to do is just get the other departments to fit in with the sheriff's schedule, basically, because his move's going to be the biggest one. I think Apple's, it's in the contract to move that generator, I believe. So anyway, I just wanted you to know that we're probably around in May is when the moves will start taking.
Should we reach out to the people that we have like offices leased from like down here on Main Street and let them know kind of our tentative date, or does it matter?
I had already told them that, that we were looking at probably being out by June.
Okay.
And so, I think in a couple cases, we agreed that if we weren't, we could still go month by month. So, I think we're pretty good shape there. Anyway, I just want to let you know that we're looking probably, it's hard to believe, but it looks like we're going to finish this up. Also, I did the, electrical contractor is going to be here tomorrow to put in the conduit on that project.
So we do have to talk about moving when the district court moves out, to getting it redesigned and getting right now. David, you're gonna go over and look at it and see if you can fit, or are you interested in it or not?
Possibly just.
The appraisers are very interested because we're moving them down. Of course, they want all of it. They've got probably a valid reason of storage and all that stuff of all the files. Because
They want all of the district court, or?
well, yeah, they do. They can put some to an office, but I don't know if it's enough space to allow David to move all of his files and stuff over and then have some offices as well. That's the thing, because it goes in a horseshoe, you know, around, and then that big, where the judge's courtroom is, that would be converted into storage. So they think they'll use most of that up. I don't know that they will or won't. I don't know. And then if not, then David would definitely use it all up with all of his stuff. And that's not even counting his election stuff, right? And then having the office space to put his people in there as well. So if you would work with the appraiser to find out if it's appropriate or you can fit or whatever, but we need to get that designed pretty soon so we can get it converted over and get them off the top floor. And that was including mapping coming down too.
Good.
And then the jail we haven't talked about once they move out, demoing that. Getting ready to demo that. So do we need to
hire somebody
put that out for bid, or what do we do?
Yeah, that's what we'll take bids on that.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do the old attorney's office at the same time, or are we gonna try to use
I
it?
don't know. I hate just go through that building and there's value to it. I don't know if there's value to it up to us right this second, but I see value in it that some outside agency like the state or somebody else has some office space that we don't even know about yet that may want to go in there. Like we had that one where the sheriff's office had when Paul was here, the probation thing. I think some of them were over there at one time. So I don't know. I think they're all going to be over here, but
Right.
I don't know if there's any other outside agency that would be interested in using it. But it would certainly be available instead of just tearing it down, because it looks like a good building. I mean, it needs a facelift and it's small, but you know, if there was a state office like, you the FSA's over here and they've got a nice building,
He's
but
down in the basement there, but he probably didn't.
what's that?
Don George, down in the basement there, but he's probably not, I don't know if he,
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
he'd want to move or not.
yeah. I think we can find a use for it over time.
I'd like to see figure out something for it.
Yeah.
Is that it then? I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I think it'd be a base for our cleaning ladies.
Get one hired.